What is the San Andreas Fault? The San Andreas Fault is a fault line that extends for about 600 miles through the length of coastal California. The San Andreas Fault is about 28 million years old. It forms a tectonic boundary between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate, which causes formation of earthquakes. It is named after San Andreas Lake, a small body of water that was formed in a valley between the two plates. The largest historical earthquake that occurred along the San Andreas Fault were those in 1857 and 1906. The San Francisco earthquake and fire of April 18, 1906 took about 700 lives and caused millions of dollars worth of damage in California from Eureka southward to Salinas and beyond. The San Andreas Fault is the most famous fault in the world. The San Andreas Fault is a place where tectonic plates touch, the North American and Pacific plates. Alfred Wegener noticed that the west coast of Europe and Africa had more or less the same shape as eastern North and South America. In 1960, Harry West and Robert Diest put the pieces together and showed Wegener was right, placing the idea of plate tectonics on solid facts. The California earthquake of April 18, 1906 ranks as one of the most significant earthquakes of all time. At almost precisely 5:12 a.m. local time, a foreshock occurred with sufficient force to be felt widely throughout the San Francisco Bay Area. The earthquake and fires killed an estimate of 3,000 people and left half of the city's 400,000 residents homeless. The great earthquake broke loose some 20 to 25 seconds later, with an epicenter near San Francisco. Violent shocks punctuated the strong shaking, which lasted some 45 to 60 seconds. In the public's mind, this earthquake is perhaps remembered most for the fire it produced in San Francisco. Shaking was equally severe. Scientists have learned that the Earth's crust is fractured into a series of plates that have been moving very slowly over the Earth's surface for millions of years. Tectonic plates move around on the Earth's surface at a rate of a few centimeters per year. Two of these moving plates meet in western California. The boundary between them is the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas is the master of faults of an intricate fault network that cuts through rock of the California coastal region. If new crust is created, then it must be destroyed somewhere. Crust is consumed in subduction zones. When two plates move together, one of them must slide under the other one. That is called subduction. Subduction is one of the main causes of earthquakes. The San Andreas Fault is a transform fault. In geology and oceanography, a type of fault is which two tectonic plates slide past one another. A transform fault may occur in the region of a fracture zone that exists between different offset spreading centers or that connects spreading centers to deep sea trenches in subduction zones. The fault boundary on lands are associated with frequent earthquakes. Small movements along the fault can trigger deadly earthquakes with large populations. Charles Richter in 1935 devised the Richter magnitude scales to measure earthquakes along the San Andreas Fault. Today, this scale is often used to describe earthquakes. The creeping segment of the San Andreas Fault extends from San Juan Bautista near Monterey to the short Parkfield segment deep in the Coast Ranges. While elsewhere the fault is locked and moves in major earthquakes, here there is constant steady movement of about 3 centimeters per year and relatively small quakes. The Parkfield segment is at the center of the San Andreas Fault. Hardly 30 kilometers long, this segment is special because it has its own set of magnitude 6 earthquakes that don't involve the neighboring segments. The central segment is defined by the magnitude 8 earthquakes of January 9, 1857, which broke the ground for about 350 kilometers from about hamlet of Colame near Parkfield to Cahoon Pass near San Bay from Cahoon Pass. This segment of the San Andreas Fault runs about 300 kilometers to the shores of the Salton Sea. It splits into two strands in the San Bernardino Mountains that rejoin near Inzio in the low-lying Coachella Valley. At its south end, the motion between the Pacific and North American plates shifts to a stair-step series of spreading centers and faults that runs down the Gulf of California. The southern segment has not ruptured since sometime before 1700, and it is widely considered overdue for an earthquake of approximately magnitude 8. This series of block diagrams shows how the subduction zone along the west coast of North America transformed into the San Andreas Fault from 30 million years ago to the present. Starting at 30 million years ago, the westward moving North American plate began to override the spreading ridge between the Farallon plate and the Pacific plate. By 20 million years ago, two triple junctions began to migrate north and south along the western margin of the west coast. Today, the North American plate is completely covered by the North American plate. Visiting the San Andreas Fault is rather easy. It is open to public and no tickets necessary. All you need is a decent car to travel and your cameras. In some places like the Morango Indian Reservation or the San Bernardino Mountains, you are not permitted entry or there simply are no public roads. The San Francisco Fault has not had a major ground-rupting earthquake since 1906. Virtually all the traces of the giant crack in the ground that so many people image in the San Andreas Fault have been erased. Other than that, it's open to public and everyone is welcome to take a peek. The San Andreas Fault is a transform fault. In geology and oceanography, a type of fault is which two tectonic plates slide past one another. A transform fault may occur in the region of a fracture zone that exists between different offset spreading centers or that connects spreading centers to deep sea trenches in subduction zones. The fault boundary on lands are associated with frequent earthquakes. Small movements along the fault can trigger deadly earthquakes with large populations. Charles Richter in 1935 devised the Richter magnitude scales to measure earthquakes along the San Andreas Fault. Today, this scale is often used to describe earthquakes. One of the many myths is that they have earthquake weather. That is not true. Earthquakes can happen any time of the year. People think California can sink into Earth any minute. That is also not true. Due to the transform fault, these tectonic plates move in a northwesterly direction. They slide past each other. Is hiding under a door the safest place for an earthquake? This only works if you live in an unreinforced adobe home. If not, you'll most likely be hit by the door swinging back and forth. Preparations for an earthquake are very important, especially if you live in California. Becoming aware of fire evacuations and earthquake safety plans for all the buildings you occupy regularly. Pick safe places in each room of your home, workplace, and/or school. A safe place could be under a piece of furniture or against an interior wall away from windows, bookcases, or tall furniture that can fall on you. Practice drop, cover, and hold on in each safe place. If you do not have a sturdy furniture to hold onto, sit on the floor next to the interior wall and cover your head and neck with arms. Keep a flashlight and sturdy shoes by each person's bed in case the earthquake strikes in the middle of the night. Make sure your home is securely anchored to its foundation. Bolt and brace water heaters and gas appliances to wall studs. Bolt bookcases and china cabinets and other tall furniture to wall studs. Hang heavy items such as pictures, mirrors away from beds, couches, and anywhere people sleep or sit. Brace overhead light fixtures. Install strong latches or bolts on cabinets. Large or heavy items should be the closest to the floor. Learn how to shut off the gas valves in your home. And keep a wrench handy for that purpose. Learn about your area's systematic building and standards and land use codes before you begin new construction.